Most commentators have a difficult time putting their finger on precisely the sources of civil unrest in Baltimore, Maryland. First, most commentators are white, not African American. Second, most commentators have never experienced firsthand what has occurred. Such distance is both a blessing and a curse in terms of analysis. For my part, now living in lily-white Utah, such unrest is difficult to understand, let alone justify. When police cause undue harm to any citizen, justice demands that legal action be taken against the officers. At no time, however, would I ever think that staging a riot in protest would be another justifiable response. Why would I exacerbate an already sad circumstance? What does harming other people and their property have to do with meting out justice specific to the case at hand? And so many of us outside of Baltimore watch in disbelief at what we consider the lawlessness occurring there. Along with President Obama, in so much of this, we see criminals, not victims, in addition to and regardless of the alleged crimes of local police. Many of us old enough to remember similar incidents in the past, like the 1968 riots, remain perplexed how inner-city communities destroy and attack their own. In not one case that I can recall has an inner-city unrest spread outside of those neighborhoods. Unlike President Obama, the progressive narrative in these cases of civil unrest, the racism, the hopelessness, the victimhood, ring hollow for much of the nation. The rest of us mourn injustice, but wonder why more injustice solves anything. That's quite a contrary narrative. The problems in Baltimore and elsewhere are the result of decades of progressive politics. As mentioned by the Wall Street Journal recently, there's a difference between Martin Luther King's leadership and Al Sharpton. There's a difference between the promotion of peaceful civil disobedience and violent civil unrest. Baltimore is experiencing the latter. Baltimore was once a vibrant city, never glamorous by any means, but it was a delightfully interesting city. It was a manufacturing town, blue-collar, union, liberal but not crazy. And then, like throughout America over the past 40 years, the manufacturing jobs started to leave town. We can debate why that occurred, but not debatable is how city leaders eventually responded to its devastating effects. Progressive politics took over and doubled down on welfare state solutions. The people of Baltimore were soon treated as victims and therefore dependents of the state. Sadly, conservatives only offered up lame answers as well. Huge structural shifts in a local economy need more answers than just platitudes about the Protestant work ethic, quasi-racist disinterest, and vague policy solutions such as enterprise zones. Anyone really looking to solve the problems of cities such as Baltimore must address structural problems, economically and demographically. If conservatives want to be part of these solutions, they must get over their repulsion with what they incorrectly refer to as social engineering. The fact is that structural problems require structural solutions, and that means some economic engineering, if not serious honesty about family disintegration in African American communities. Baltimore needs fundamental social and economic restructuring. Many cities have remade themselves, but the basic building blocks need to be in place. A focus on family structure, a focus on the common good, deregulating how business is done in the inner city, a focus on earned success, and the courage of its political leaders to ignore the progressive politics of race and victimhood. I'm Paul Mero. Thanks for listening.